Hey guys, Will here, and I've got some news regarding patch 5.4.8. So this patch just to the PTR, and it's not a very big patch. Really, we can't expect much until patch 6.0. What we have in terms of content is what we have, so no new raids, no new dungeons until then. We're gonna be stuck with Siege for a long time. What this patch is though, is basically bug fixes and some item upgrade changes. So the biggest one here is that patch 5.4 gear, Timeless or Siege of Orgrimmar gear, this won't apply to PvP gear. Currently you can upgrade it twice, but you're going to be able to upgrade it 4 times, for a total of 16 item levels per item. Basically all gear that is currently at 2 out of 2 upgraded, anything you've already, spent Valor on, will be 2 out of 4 when the patch goes live. This will include your legendary cloak, which, as you know, when you get your legendary cloak it's already 2 out of 2 upgraded. You don't have to upgrade it. You will actually have to upgrade it to get 4 out of 4. If you have a Garrosh heirloom, those can't be upgraded, but they will be boosted in item level by another 8 points to keep them relevant to all the other items, because if everything else is going to be able to be upgraded, it just makes sense that they would boost those up, because they cannot be upgraded. They're also adding a new item called Deeds of Valor. Now this will cost 3,000 timeless coins, and it will give you 100 Valor when used. Now these are bind on pickup, which is unfortunate. I kinda wish they were BOA. You'll have to grind out coins on alts to buy them because you won't be able to, just send them to your characters. Now this also will give you more Valor if you have the Valor of the Ancients buff. So of course I recommend that you cap Valor on 1 character per server before you use this item. One of the interesting things is that Blizzard is not increasing the weekly Valor cap or indeed the maximum cap of 3,000 Valor. Now a lot of people are saying that they really should increase this cap because really it kind of feels a bit grindy if you have to get your Valor every week and you can only get 1,000 a week, even though you can get it pretty fast with, heroic scenarios, the Valor of the Ancients buff if you're doing alts, and there's tons of other systems. They're adding this new item to help you get Valor quickly, but if you can only get to 1,000, really the problem isn't hitting that 1,000 cap. The problem is, how do I get more than 1,000 per week? And the answer is you can't, unless they increase the Valor cap. And so a lot of people feel like they really should, and that it makes you feel like you have to log in and cap Valor and then you're kinda done, because that doesn't take very long, which is nice, but really it should be 2,000 or even lifted entirely at this point, is a lot of people's point of view. I'm not totally sure if I agree. I kinda feel like it should be increased, but I don't know. A lot of people are saying that allowing all these items to be upgraded again is very grindy and kind of just a surprise, or just a way to keep more people playing, really. Just a way to keep people subscribed until Warlords comes out in like 6 months or whatever. They say it'll take at least 8,000 Valor to upgrade all your gear, even if it is best in slot, and most people are not best in slot. They say for a lot of people it will take the full 6 months or whatever to get, 4 out of 4 upgraded, best in slot, heroic Warforged gear, things like that. And effectively, people are saying this nerfs Siege of Orgrimmar, and even Watcher on Twitter said that, yeah, it's a nerf of about 8%. It's not like a zone-wide nerf like ICC, well that was a buff, or Dragon Soul, which was a nerf, but it's more like they want to buff the player because it feels like you're actually progressing and it's not just handed to you. And in this case, it's not even as intrusive as a targeted nerf where a certain mechanic feels a lot easier after a reset. The way this works is that your entire raid feels buffed over a period of time as you upgrade your gear. You might feel quite a bit more powerful in the first, reset after you all spend 3,000 Valor to upgrade quite a few pieces, but after that it will be progressive again, and it'll feel like you're actually progressing each week even if you're not downing bosses, because you are getting stronger and getting more able to progress on these bosses. And I think that maybe it is time that they add, a certain, not nerf the raid, but kind of buff players again. I don't think they should do it again, like later on. I don't think they should make it so, oh, here's the time where you can upgrade your item levels to 6 times or 8 times. I think that 4 out of 4 is pretty solid, but I feel like, a lot of people are getting stuck at this point. Players who are progressing in heroics now are, for the most part, people who really wouldn't be doing heroics if the tier hadn't lasted so long. The guys who are like 3 of 14 heroic now, or even up to like 8 of 14, because the first 8 bosses in Siege heroic are pretty easy, are not the people who would be downing bosses, who would be full clearing basically if Siege wasn't going to be out so long. But because Siege is going to be out for a lot longer, pretty much anyone progressing through heroics right now has a fairly good chance of clearing the whole thing. And so I feel like allowing these guys to progress a bit, giving them a little bit of a boost in gear to kind of get over some hurdles like, say, Malkarok or Thok, I think that's kind of a nice gesture. I feel like people who are really progressing in Siege Heroic now might as well kind of let them full clear it. I kind of feel like the feats of strength for, ahead of the curve and cutting edge should be removed at this point, but it is technically still current, and I guess we can have timestamps to say, hey, you were one of the top guilds, and you did this, you know, a year later, so I guess we don't necessarily need that. I don't know, I kind of feel like doing it now is fairly easy, but it's certainly not as easy as going back next expansion and soloing it, so I guess that maybe the feat of strength is still deserved currently, and maybe even months into the future it'll still be fairly deserved. It's just not like your method now. If you're going in there now, you're not method, and I think certain guilds maybe think that they're, you know, these amazing raiders because they're in heroic modes now and they weren't there before. And I don't want to raid on their parade or anything, but if you're just entering heroics now and you are raiding the whole time, you're not exactly one of the best guilds in the world, but I don't want to diss anybody. Anyway, what do you guys think? Are you happy about having to upgrade your gear more times or grinding out more Valor? Anyway, that's all for me for now. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.